All right, so this is video number 2. This is for the environmental history of the U.S., and this is the conservationists. So let me share the screen here, and we'll get this powered up. And so tying into last time, what you do need to know is this will overlap with that frontier philosophy, but we had some early conservationists. And we'll start with John James Audubon, and you can see those dates. Again, no worries. Matter of fact, the dates I think are the ones I have posted is wrong. I had some dyslexia or something going on and flipped numbers. But anyway, so those are right. And again, none of it matters. So I do want you to know John James Audubon. I don't know how many of you have heard of him before. If you've heard of the Audubon Society, which is a bird society here in the United States, in the conservation of saving birds, and they have a magazine named after him. And so anyway, he was a French-American ornithologist, and an ornithologist is somebody who studies birds. He was a naturalist and also a painter. So he started a movement. And what he is actually known for, one of the things, is the book, The Birds of North America. And you can see some original copies. You can see how big those prints are. And what he did is he painted, and again, I think these dates are off. These are the old dates. Again, who cares? So what's important here is these are works of art. He went around and basically painted all the birds of North America. And you can buy this book, and not that size. It's fairly large. It's a pretty good sized book, and it has all of the prints in it. I own one. Actually, the school has one in our biology library up by the offices, and pretty impressive. Some of these works, actually, this book was doing a tour of the United States probably about 10, 15 years ago, and that showed up at the Arboretum in Arcadia, Monrovia area. And so you actually got to go see some of the original prints, which is kind of cool. Just to give you some of the pictures he drew, on the left is the passenger pigeon, one of the most common birds in the United States, and that is now extinct. We shot those to extinction. We hunted them. And the scary thing is we hunted them for, they could be eaten, not a great meal, but they did have some meat on them. But for fashion, they would use the feathers on women's hats. And then I don't know if you know the bird on the right, that is the Carolina parakeet, another endangered, not endangered, extinct species. One of the 2 species of parrots that were native to North America. The other one is still here, but it's highly endangered. It is the thick-billed parrot, which is in the southeast Arizona Chiricahua Mountains. And so we have records of them being here, these 2 birds anyway, but now they're long gone. So the importance of trying to save species. All right, the next early conservationist I want you to know is Henry David Thoreau. He was a writer and naturalist, and he decided to live on Walden's Pond. And the reason that is important is he decided to walk away from people. He lived by himself for 2 years, 2 months, and 2 days. And he wrote a book about it, and that book is called Life in the Woods. Very famous book on nature, on ecology. He wrote about trying to figure out how deep Walden's Pond was and how to map the bottom. And at one point it was thought to be bottomless. So again, trying to make a play on how important nature and humans, that relationship is. The last guy in this section that we want to go over would be George Perkin Marsh, and he was a diplomat and a naturalist, and he wrote a book in 1864. Again, date not important, but the book is called Man and Nature. And he was a linguist, so he was actually a diplomat for a couple of presidents and The idea, though, was that he determined, he was horrified by that picture I showed you in the last taping of the clear cutting, and believed that we should stop that and protect our public lands. And so he is, by many, considered to be the first environmentalist. And real important concepts in this Man and Nature book. He actually wrote about the idea of chopping down trees that will dry an area up and lead to what we call desertification. And we talk about that today. It's kind of it seems like a newer concept that's happening around the world today, but this guy recognized that connection back in the late 1800s or mid 1800s. So pretty impressive. And that is what we have for the second video.